Welcome back to another edition of Combat Corner. Powered by Come On Down the podcast. I am your host, Rudy Rodriguez Shomont. We had one hell of a weekend in Dubai. No, I was not there, but I felt like I was because I was in all the action. 12 noon Eastern time on Friday and Saturday. What a day of fight! What a pair of day of fights. Oh man, we had 4 title fights between the 2 days. We had some epic knockouts. We had some incredible action and another win by the BKFC with BKFC 71 and 72. I'm doing an overall recap of the whole weekend in one video, one shot pop. Leading off, King Kai Stewart. What a performance, a clinical dissection of Tommy Stridham. He drops him twice. He had 2 other knockdowns that were not called knockdowns by Dan Miragliotta. I don't know what he was watching, but there was 4 knockdowns in that fight. Kai Stewart's boxing continues to evolve at a rate that is crazy. A wrestler who's turning into an elite level striker. Kai Stewart has literally cleaned out the division. It's that simple. He has cleaned out the division. He's beaten everybody. And his performance on Saturday was just flat dominating. It's that simple. There's no other way to look at it. He completely dominated Tommy Stridham. It was not close. It was a thorough, thorough dissection. Here are a couple of highlights from it. Here's from off of the BKFC Instagram page.
Knockdown number 2. This is what Kai's been looking for, that knockout. I don't think Stridham's going to have the ability to keep fighting it.
Let's try. Let's go.
He's so tired of that. Not fully land. There's the left hand that landed a big left hook. Knockdown number 2.
I mean, this was a fight in which, honestly, Kai Stewart, it was almost like watching varsity versus JV. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Tommy Stridham, but they were in a different level. It was a different level of fighter. This was supposed to be a tough test for Kai Stewart. It wasn't. This was a clinic performance. He absolutely dominated this fight. You know, and while he's dominated his other fights, this was a thorough dissection. I mean, I was so impressed by it.
I kept putting him down, but you know what? I just put my wrestler pace on this guy. I broke him just like I did the Miami Muppets, just like I did the Cop, and now everybody, the King knows what the fuck he wants, and guess what? The King is going, there's 2 belts on my shoulder. I'm pretty sure that's what's next. I'm going to do whatever I want to. I've cleaned out the 145 division, and I break everybody.
Kai. I will say he kind of does. I mean, there's something to be said for doing what he does. He puts on that wrestler pace. His cardio is elite, probably the best in the division. You know, he dominated Jimmy Rivera as well. I mean, he's beating everybody. And I mean, I presume he's talking about moving up to 155. I don't know. I'd rather him stay at 145. I'm not a huge fan of the super fight stuff. I don't think he's a natural 55er. Size wise, facing a guy like Palomino, for example, that's a big level up. I mean, Palomino's a big dude, you know, in terms of at 155. He's a big guy at 155. But hey, if that's what he wants, I mean, he should go for it. He wants to do that. I mean,
listen, our featherweight champ.
And this is Conor McGregor after the fight. Let's see right here.
King Kai Stewart is a unique puzzle. Understand that. A high-level wrestler with toughness and grit to beat the band. That's a tough ask. You think you come in here with these boxing skills, he bull rushes you, turns the corner of the shoulder and work rates, and he's only getting better. The sky is the limit for King Kai Stewart. Well done, King. Congratulations on closing out the show on this monumentous event. Listen,
I gotta tell you, Conor McGregor is always in sales mode. He's pretty awesome, and as a promoter, I think he's a great promoter. Actually, absolutely a great promoter. He knows how to promote. Kai Stewart dominated. Kai Stewart, huge performance by him, and we'll see what's next. I mean, he didn't get a scratch on him. I didn't even see him get hit in this fight. It was just that much of a clinic. The co-main event of the night in BKFC 72, Jessica Borga. Holy shit, that girl laid some fucking wood on Hannah Rankin. Absolute decapitation in that fight. Not close. A thorough beat down. And I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. What she did, it was quick. It was a quick whooping. And with the finish, knockout KO, she is the inaugural featherweight champion for women at 145. You can check out her highlight reel knockout. Ooh. Nice. Woo. That was a knockout. Wow. Holy Lord. Whew. She is the champ out of Lakeland, Florida. Florida girl. Impressive. I don't know who she fights next, as this is the new division for a champion. So who knows what's next, but she is going to be a tough one. This is actually the actual video of it. Like, it was stiff.
Borga to the outside on the duck under. Right hand. Right hand, and Borga out. Getting set match. We have a new champion. It is Jessica Borga. Borga to
Monster performance. Quick work. Now, the third fight, that was on April 4th, actually. Looking at what was the fight before that. Yeah, I forgot about the third fight on BKFC 72. That was the fight I needed to talk about. And I'm gonna, probably drop some shorts on these fights as well. I did a couple when the fight card was going on. But a really, really impressive performance was the feature fight between Nico Gaffey and Brandon Allen. What makes it that Kai Stewart's clean the division to me is that he doesn't have an opponent now, because the guy that I thought would be his next opponent with a win would have been Brandon Allen. It was a rough night for Brandon Allen. Nico Gaffey was a step up. Very, very strong guy. He only had one fight, was 1-0. Well, now he's 2-0 as he stopped Brandon Allen. I mean, he beat him up. It was a pretty thorough beating. Dropped him multiple times. Rough go for Brandon Allen. Obviously not the way he would have hoped. But Nico Gaffey's only 2-0, so that doesn't get you a title shot, even if you beat probably who was considered the number one contender or number two contender in the division, the one guy that Kai Stewart had not fought yet, and now realistically doesn't need to fight because this is what happened.
Nico Gaffey, full control, has a huge left hand against the ring ropes. Allen did not fall.
Would have been a knockdown. I think the ropes kept him up.
Right hand, that's a knockdown. You cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Here comes the count from Borga.
That's it. That's all she wrote.
This fight is over.
He is leaking there. I mean, it was a pretty brutal knockout. Gaffey's strong. Gaffey's strong. Very impressive performance. People need to watch out for this guy because this guy's I mean, he is shredded. Absolutely shredded. A lot of other good fights, exciting action on the card. There was which fight was it? Was this on Friday or I'm mixing them up because there were so many. So I apologize for that in advance. Let me go down the list. Another big performance was Vladislav Twinov. Quick finish of Sabri Ben Hania. Fabio Maldonado was a surprise to me. This is a guy who was known for these slugfests in the UFC, MMA, and he got put out by John Phillips. Thoroughly dominated. Fabio Maldonado looked his age. He's up there in age, but always been a big puncher. Other winners on the night: Aaron Chalmers, Hassan Yousefi beats Guto Innocenti, which I think was an upset. And then looking at now, we go into BKFC 71. BKFC 71, another great card. Looking at first off, let's see right here, the third fight on that card, which was Alexei Olenek against Geronimo dos Santos. That's the fourth fight, actually. What a finish. You knew someone was going to get knocked out here, and yeah, this is what happened.
Didn't think he was the one clinching. Down goes Alexei Olenek. That's it. He's not getting up. I don't think he's counting. That's it.
My God, that was ridiculous. Dos Santos is 44. Olenek is 47. But my God, Geronimo dos Santos hits hard. Both of those guys have like 80 MMA fights, crazy level fights. Now let's talk about this feature fight on Friday. Holy Lord, this was the fight of the weekend. The fight of the weekend. Sabah Homasi and Johnny Tello. Sabah Homasi hits hard as shit. When I say he hits hard as shit, he lays wood. But what we saw on Friday was he got tired, and he got tired fast. This is going to be the fight of the year more than likely. I mean, this wasn't – Johnny Tello looks like a guy who probably could be fighting at a lower weight, realistically. This fight was at middleweight. Ain't no way in hell that Johnny Tello was a middleweight fighter. No way in hell. He is not a chance. Not a chance is that guy a middleweight fighter. No chance. 175, no way. Take a look. Homasi was the favorite. Tello won via decision, but this was an unbelievable fight. Unbelievable fight. Homasi really brought it hard early, and it looked like he was going to finish Tello off. Tello's eye was shut from almost like the first or second round. And
Tello now falling back in this fight. Tello thinking finish. Final seconds of the third round. Left hook from Homasi. Right hand for Sabah Homasi. This is a phenomenal fight. On the turn, huge left hand, right hand.
So you look at Homasi. Homasi is yoked. Tello's got pudge everywhere. Tello can fight at 55 if he goes on a diet. Realistically, Tello's a 55er. Go on a diet, be ready to, eat properly, and you're a 55 fighter. He was the reach difference, the height difference. Yet the heart, man, Tello's heart.
Now fully trying to seize the momentum. The forward to the body from Tello on the right hand. Big shots to the inside. Best sequence of the fight for Johnny Tello. From the outside, the right hand. Homasi nearly turned his back. Right hand, left hand, swinging in the shoulder.
He went down right there. His hand hit the ground. It looked like Tello was going to stop him. Homasi was exhausted. He's hitting him in the body. You can see Homasi curling up. I don't know how Homasi thought he won. He won the first 2 rounds, but he lost the last 3, and he went down twice. So while he was +2 after 2 rounds, he was -4 the next 2 rounds, and he lost round 5. And even if he had won round 5, he still would have been -1 on the cards. He lost rounds 3 and 4, 10-8, both cards. He could have been stopped in this fight. It was crazy. I mean, look at this. This was a fucking fight, man. I mean, this is a fight of the year.
Mossy seemingly in full control of this fight through the first 2 rounds.
Look at Tello in comparison to Omasi. Tello's on the left. Like, you can see this guy can drop 20 pounds to fight at 55. Unreal fight.
They call me a
I mean, look at him.
for a reason, because I'm a bull, man. You know, I knew coming out here that this fight was potentially change my life. I knew I was the underdog in so many ways. You know, I don't even want to go into details of it, but I said, there's no fucking way I'm going to leave this ring a loser. And even if I do lose, I'm going to put on the fucking night of fight of the night. And dang, I hope everybody enjoyed it. And I want to tell you one thing, no matter how hard it gets in life, just keep going. Because eventually, you'll be put in the ring with other savage men, and you can beat the crap out of each other, and then maybe it'll change your life too.
It was an unbelievable fight, man. Seriously, amazing fight. Tello won that fight. That's fight of the year candidate. I don't know if there's another fight that's going to look like that in BKFC, because you hit that much, you go down. I mean, that's what makes the BKFC so amazing. Moving up to the co-main event, Britton Hart against Ty Emery. Britton Hart surgically dismantled Ty Emery. First round, Ty Emery comes forward. She put pressure on Hart. She came at her. She made her uncomfortable. You could see it. It's like she was like, oh, little. She had to make some adjustments. There was a major height difference, reach difference, and Emery was willing to eat shots to get to Hart. But once Hart figured her out and figured out the timing, it was a wipeout. Emery won round 1 to me, and Hart won the next 4. Absolute domination. Another surgical performance by a champion who was not going to give up that belt. It was an amazing performance by Britton Hart. Emery came to fight. Like you can't look at anything other than she came to fight. She brought the fight to Britton Hart. She made Britton Hart fight. Emery's eyes were both shut at the end of the fight. Britton Hart's nose, I swear, looked like it was broken. I mean, you look at this picture, you see her nose here. Her nose was just purple and just like wide. It was, if her nose wasn't broken, I don't know what broken is. I've never had a broken nose, thank goodness. But she got hit too. But man, surgical performance, dominating win. She's now won 10 of 11. Incredible.
Both fighters looking for one more significant sequence. One more significant punch. There's the right hand from Britton Hart.
Like, look at that. Look at this right here.
Bell, and that is the end of a phenomenal world title fight co-main event.
Yeah, and this is early because her eyes looked way worse later on in the fight. Oh my God, what a photo that is. That's amazing. Man, that photographer should get something. That's one that Britton Hart's going to put on her wall, bro. Like, that is a photo that you put on your wall. That is straight fist to nose. Jesus. I wish there were other pictures. Do I have any other photos? I can't find anything else as far as photos from her face, but like when I tell you both of her eyes were shut. I don't know how she kept fighting. That said, last fight to discuss on this card is the championship fight between Austin Trout and Carlos Trinidad Snake. Austin Trout retains his belt at welterweight, and as soon as the fight ends, he calls out and says that these guys are too big, and he wants to move to 155 and fight, whether it's the champion there or maybe fight Palomino again. That said, Palomino immediately responded on social media and said, no, I want to fight you at 65 for your belt, which I think should be what happens personally. But again, it's not my decision. And realistically, they're both 55ers who are fighting at 65 because Palomino is a 55er and so is Trout, and Trout's been fighting heavier. In this fight, it was a boring BKFC fight. Like, call it what it is. For BKFC purposes, it was a boring fight. It wasn't an action-packed fight. It was almost a surgical work by Austin Trout. He got clipped in the first round. He got clipped. He got dropped. And at that moment, I think he recognized there was a power difference between the two fighters. Let me see if there's a video of that.
Big left hand from Trout on this step in. Timed that beautifully on the turn.
I need to go ahead and 155 and get that belt from, say, Baboon or Franco Tanavia. That's what I need to do. I got to thank Jerry Rock.
All right, so I guess they don't have a video of the knockdown. He got dropped in round one. All right. So I'll explain what happened. He gets dropped in round one. I think he recognizes there's a power difference between the two fighters. I think he realizes that Trinidad Stink is just bigger than him, probably stronger than him in terms of punching power. And this is where I think he recognizes. Remember, Austin Trout was either he fought at 54. I don't know if he fought at 47 and 54 in boxing. Maybe he fought at 60. Can't recall if he fought at 60 or not. I'm not looking at anything right now. But he was definitely a guy that fought between 47 and 60. He didn't fight at light heavyweight or super middleweight or anything like that. And in this fight, Trinidad Snake drops him. And I was like, oh shit. And I think right then and there, Austin Trout made a business decision to box. And that is where Austin Trout has great skills. He is a great boxer. He is a more skilled boxer than probably anybody in BKFC. He doesn't have fragile hands like, say, if you remember when Paulie Malignaggi fought in bare knuckle, when he fought Artem Lobov years ago, and he had fragile hands, so his hands break on contact. Austin Trout doesn't have that problem. But Austin Trout moves around. He moved his head, body movement, footwork. He danced around Trinidad Snake. I mean, almost like he was a snake charmer. I mean, he was a snake charmer because from that point on, Trinidad Snake didn't throw. He had Trinidad Snake stuck in mud. He had him confused. He had him just not know. Like, he's moving so much. And I think Trinidad Snake's just looking for that big shot to finish the fight. And the reality that happens with that situation is that when you're looking for the big shot, you're never going to get it, really. You're almost never going to get it. Not even in BKFC. If you're fighting for one big shot against a guy like Austin Trout, no less, like a champion, good luck. It's probably not coming. And it never came. Trinidad Snake won round 1, 10-8. I thought Trout won the next four. I thought he won the next four. I thought he won the fight 58, 48, 40, was it 48, 46? That would have been the card. He would have won it 48, 46 on my card. And the fight gets to round 5, and apparently in BKFC, there is a 6th round. There's no draw in this. So they go to a 6th round because apparently there was a split draw. And they move on to the 6th round. Again, I thought Trout won rounds 2 through 5, and I didn't even think it was close. He was peppering him to the body. He was hitting with a lot of body shots. Great footwork. I don't think Trinidad Snake really landed anything between rounds 2 and 5. I don't see how anyone could have given Trinidad Snake another round in that fight, realistically. But someone did. In fact, one of the judges had Trinidad Snake up 59. No, 49, 45? Could it be? Like, did someone actually have this guy up 49, 45 in this fight? I don't know how. Like, if there was a judge based on the final cards that had Trinidad Snake winning 4 rounds. How? I didn't get that card. Like I said, I thought Trout won. Now you go to round 6, and according to the rules, according to commentators, this is a sudden death round. So the cards don't even matter anymore. Nonetheless, it was a split draw, which sent them. One was a draw, and one had Trinidad and Snake, and one had Trout. Round 6, Trinidad Snake, I think, threw 5 punches the whole round. If he threw 5 punches, that might be a reach. I mean, he's only through. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. Trout was dancing around, clipping him, pot shotting him, blah, blah, blah. He boxed him. He boxed him the entire fight. After he got dropped, he boxed him the entire fight. And like I said, BKFC standards, it was boring. Businessman, I'm going to get a win. And I understand. I get it. If you have the ability to do that, do it. So I ain't mad at it. I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying from a fan perspective, you're sitting here saying, when you recognize that someone's got a power difference on you, and based on that shot you ate that dropped you, I can't eat that again. This is business, man. You want to continue to be the champion. He did that. I thought he dominated round 6. Yet when they read the cards, they said it was a split decision. 58-55 Trinidad Snake, 58-55 Trout, and 57-56 Trout. So I don't even know if they knew their own rules, because what it was supposed to be sudden death. Winner of the round wins the fight, not anything else. But maybe the guys on the commentating were wrong. I'm not sure. I can tell you this. If you thought Trinidad Snake won 4 rounds of that fight, you're out of your fucking mind. And the fact that he thought he won at the end, yeah, man, bro, I much respect. You're crazy. You're crazy, dude. You're crazy if you thought you won that fight. He landed 34 punches in 6 rounds. Think about that for a second. He landed 34 punches in 6 rounds. He landed 1 punch in round 2. He landed 3 in round 3. These are the punch stats. He landed 4 in round 4. So okay, now we're okay. Remember this. He knocks down Trout, and Trout still outlanded him. He landed 5 in round 1. They say he landed 11 in round 6. They say he threw 23, man. Maybe that was at the end of the scrum, but not from distance, not from anything that's going to do anything to anybody. So he landed 11 in round 6. So, again, to me, 23 punches thrown. I didn't see 23 punches thrown. I watched the fight. I watched him look like he was being in a trance by a snake charmer. Because every other round 1, he got outlanded in round 1, got the knockdown. He got outlanded 5-1 in round 2. He got outlanded 10-3 in round 3. He got outlanded 12-4 in round 4. He got outlanded 13-10 in round 5. I want someone to tell me what round this dude won. I didn't think he won round 5. Like I said, Trout won rounds 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. He outboxed him. It's that simple. What's next for Trout? I don't know. I think he should defend his belt against Luis Palomino. That's my opinion. He should give him a rematch. I'd love to see it. We could do it in Hollywood in July. We could do it in July in Hollywood. Let's do it, man. Let's match make this bad boy. I want to talk to both these guys on the podcast because I want to get them on the podcast at the same time. I want to work that out. If I get both these guys and be like an Ariel Helwani and have both of them on the screen at the same time, let's go back and forth. I want that smoke because I think that's a big fight to make. I know Trout won the first fight. I thought he won the fight rather convincingly. But let's see what happens. Let's do it again. And I'm sure Palomino, having lost that fight at the Hard Rock to Trout, wants to get that back. But man, I don't know what Trinidad Snake's thinking. I thought he clearly lost. But hey, when you're in the fight, you don't really know what's going on. You don't really think like that. I don't know. Overall, wonderful weekend of fights. Just so you know, the other fights on the card, Adel Al-Tamimi got a win over David Mora. Ahmed Kari got a win over Leandro Martins. Maladin Iliev got a win over Abubakar Houari. A lot of these guys were in their first fight ever. Muhammad Ali beat Muhammad Ali. Jaskaran Singh, he gets the win over him. Mahmoud Ahmed got a win over Fuad Tarverdi. Islam Sibulatov got a win over Cheng Liang. And Elnur Suleimanov got a win over Lucas Sontan. Big weekend of fights. They are back this weekend. Well, not this weekend. They have a weekend off. Next week, April 18th, BKFC Fight Night, Omaha, Cochran versus Edwards. And then they go to Italy on April 26th with Chris Camosa defending the belt against Lorenzo Hunt, the Juggernaut. Lorenzo, the Juggernaut Hunt. And that's going to be a big time card there as well. A lot of younger fighters. We got Steve Banks on that card, so you know that man's going to take some. God, Jose Hepi. This guy is tatted on his face. Jesus. Like he has like a mustache tattoo. What the fuck is that? That's different, bro. I think his face is tatted like a beard. Wow. Oh my Jesus. Look at this guy. Walter Pugliese. He is tatted just in black across his chest. His entire face is tatted. I got tattoos, but bro, that's like a lot. Woo, but anyhow, they're in Italy, and then after that they're in Clearwater, and I plan on being in Clearwater for that Jared Warren, Joseph Creer card with Royal Ryan Reber on the co-main against Matt Guyman, Jomi Escobosa against J. Axon Jackson, Michael Larimore and Samuel Samples, and a bunch of other big fights on this card. A lot of names that I've seen before that I've seen fight. Looking forward to it. So you let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you thought about this weekend of fights, big time fight weekend, BKFC 71 and 72 in Dubai. This is Combat Corner. Power. Come on now, the podcast. Like, subscribe, follow, leave a comment. Appreciate y'all. Come on now.